Hey, what's good, YouTube? Welcome back to the Brown Gen. In this video, I do have some urgent actions that you've got to take in crypto, both from a crypto perspective as well as your airdrops. So make sure you pay very good attention. And if you haven't done so already, hit that like button, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Just remember, nothing I say is financial advice. Please do your own research. One thing I want you guys to know is I am putting a significant amount of effort into growing my Twitter following. So if you wouldn't mind, make sure you follow me there. You notice that I'm now showing like my face on here. I've updated my banner. I've updated my bio. I've even sort of started putting together a sort of plan. And one of the things I want you to know is I used to just do random drawings for winners, like, for the Jupiter airdrop. I did 2 of those last week. From now on, my X giveaways will just prioritize those who interact with my content regularly. So I'm going to get somebody to basically make me a script to let me know who's engaging. And I'm not even going to post giveaways. I'm just going to do random drawings here and there and just tag people. That way, the people who support me the most are going to be the ones who get rewarded, because I don't want to see people who just show up just for the rewards. I want to support people who always support me. So make sure, if you haven't already, that you are following me. And by the way, we're in a tough market because the market is literally like a mechanical bull trying to shake you out. And if that's the case, you need to hold on. And if you need conviction, if you want to always see what I am buying, selling, my moves before I make a video, you can come on the bank and check it out. One thing I do want to show you right here is I finally hit the 10,000 amount for virtual. I built this up during the dip, so pretty glad for that. And by the way, guys, one last update here. I'm going to stop talking about this as much going forward after February 14th. On the 14th of February, I'm going to increase the prices to the private group to $50 a month. Existing members are grandfathered. Please don't come to me asking me after to reduce the price. I just won't do it. We've got too many people, and I want to make sure that the influx sort of stops getting there and the people who come there are more serious. So definitely, if you're interested, links below. Crypto market, on the other hand, we had a very crazy week the last couple days. We had the Trump coin, which I made a live stream on, basically letting you guys know a lot of liquidity was sucked out of a lot of your favorite altcoins. A lot of liquidity was sucked out, from Ethereum, Pepe, all the memes that we're so used to. We saw our soul bags do great. So if you guys have been investing in Solana, like I've been talking about, you guys know, 40% of my portfolio is ETH and ETH beta. 35% is Sol and Sol beta. I made a lot of money off Solana. In fact, you guys know my lend borrow strategy for community finance. I liquidated all of my excess Solana tokens between 230 all the way up to 270. I didn't sell at 290. Obviously, who could have seen that coming? But still, big win, big 6-figure win the last couple of days. So that's awesome, guys. For those of you who are worrying about Ethereum and thinking Solana is just it, it's not. I want to sort of show you this as a post that I made earlier today. It's a response to what Donald Trump Jr. and World Financial Group, which is partnering up with the Trumps, did, which is basically they are buying heavy amounts of top tier tokens on Ethereum. So they bought Ethereum, they bought wrapped Bitcoin on Ethereum, they bought Aave, Link, TRX, and ENA. Obviously, the other 4 tokens are a much smaller amount, about 50%, around 50%, less than 50% is in Ethereum, about less than 50% is in Bitcoin. That should speak volumes as to the positioning that you should have. Ironically, as much as they went and launched their meme coin, the first meme coin, Trump, on Sol, just because it was way easier. They partnered with Jupiter and everything else. Well, guess what? They took a lot of that liquidity. They did buy Sol, but they also were buying a lot of stuff on ETH. It's way better than what Pub Fund does, which is charge a ton of fees and extract money from everyone and just sell it and take it out of the market completely. That is actually how you destroy a market, because you have somebody just pulling money out of the market and not reinvesting it. This is why I don't support Pump Fund, and the people who support it are just trying to farm referral fees and whatever. So I really don't like that. Now, my post here is really about stop chasing the next shiny coin. I know many people feel down in the dumps because you feel like you missed out on some life-changing opportunity. Look, there's going to be so many of them, and I mentioned already how many ways you can play the Trump pump, which was, when Sol was 224, I said, hey, you could go log on Sol, when that first was happening. Or you could buy undervalued tokens, things that were selling off. And what you should avoid doing whenever this happens is, a lot of people are impatient. There's nothing more frustrating than seeing some bullshit go up when your token, which is way better in your opinion, that you have more conviction in, is sitting there being flat or actually going down. But don't sell your highest conviction assets to chase these fleeting pumps, because what's going to happen is the hype will go away. At some point, that game of chicken will come down to roost, and we saw that happen with the Trump token. It hit about $70 and started nuking. Obviously, the Linea token being dropped accelerated that, and the money has started to flow back. But what Trump and his family and his partners are showing is they know what the good assets are too. And when you were selling them to go buy Trump, they were selling Trump to go buy these assets off you at a discount. So make sure you're not doing that. The other big thing I want to mention before we talk about airdrops is just around what happened with ZachXBT. ZachXBT, as you guys know, is like the internet detective. He's like the CoffeeZilla of crypto, like super dedicated. I don't want to say anything bad about him, because obviously this is a very tough situation, but this is somebody who's done a lot of community work, rarely gotten rewarded, and somebody made a ZachXBT token, and he's already made it very clear what his position is. Don't buy these pump fund crap shitter tokens. So when they sent it to him, he basically put it in a liquidity pool and basically let all of it or most of it get sold into Sol. He made about $3 million that he cashed out. And the crypto space is divided on whether or not he's a bad guy, if he was truly a villain. I know some people who I respect have come out and say, they never liked the guy, and he was just trying to convince people he was legit and whatever. But the reality is, somebody made the token. He didn't make the token. They sent him 50% of the supply. He doesn't believe in it. And honestly, guess what? He has no compulsion against rugging. And honestly, he was talking all day about how he's cooked, how he hasn't gotten anything for any of his work that he's done. He's saved $20 million to the U.S. government, got $0 in reward. And the thing was, he has his price. And the reality was, guys, this is how exhausting the cycle is. And, I left a copy of the thread here, sort of showing exactly what happened with ZachXBT. He was like a Clash of Clans player or whatever, got into crypto in 2017. And got investing scams in 2021. And basically what happened was, he shared a lawsuit document and his name was there as Zach, which is where it came up to. But basically he's been showing who the scammers have been, right? He's worked with high level agencies like the FBI, but he's gotten nothing, right? He goes, one of my biggest regrets here is not prioritizing making money. Doesn't help. I have a little business sense. So someone made a ZachXBT meme coin, sent him 50% of the supply. I don't even know how this stuff works. Honestly, oh my God, can you imagine some made the brown jet meme coin and sent 50% of the supply? Obviously it won't go anywhere because you need to have he's super popular, right? I have a, maybe 1,000 people maybe know me or whatever, or maybe a few thousand. YouTube's kind of here and there. Twitter's kind of here and there. But these guys who've got massive followings, it's crazy how they just make a meme coin, or someone makes a meme coin, they get sent it and they just cash out. Imagine making $0 off crypto really, and then just making everything in just a second. And now people are calling him a scumbag, a rug puller, whatever. The reality is, a lot of people were investing in that token, hoping to capitalize on ZachXBT's name. They're just pissed that he sold it. And don't be pissed that he sold it. You gave him the tokens. When people send Vitalik the tokens, when they sent him Shiba Inu, He literally dumped the token. All Vitalik does is when he gets the tokens, he like market sells 100% of it. All he does is dump the token. Now, I don't like that either. And that's why if I made a token, I would never send it to him. I would never send it to Vitalik. But I think it's ridiculous that people can like send ZachXBT the supply, invest in this, knowing exactly what the purpose was. And then when he takes profits, they're like, oh my God, he's a scam artist. I don't think so. Obviously, like he has his price and that's what came across. So the first update I want to give you guys is on Orbiter. Orbiter, piece of shit, by the way. And I can say this because I'm demonetized temporarily. I switched my where I live from Canada to Dubai. And so for 2 weeks, I'm demonetized. So I don't really care. But they did this whole nonsense where they have been advertising for people to buy their stupid expert pilot and their stupid ace pilot NFT. Remember, this is a team that for 3 years was putting out farming campaigns on their bridge. Their bridge was top of the line at first. Their bridge came kind of obscure over time. No real updates. They basically created a leaderboard saying, okay, who can get the most O points? Because the O points got to max the airdrop. Right before the airdrop, they said, okay, you know what? The max O points you can have is 5,000. Sorry, anyone who has more than that, sorry. Thank you so much for contributing to decentralization. But that's it. You have no idea how much those O points cost people to farm. People were spending tens of thousands of dollars to farm those O points. I spent a couple $100, doing this whole Orbiter thing. And guess what they did? Not just to me, but to everybody else or a lot of people. If at any stage you were ever considered a Sybil, so when Layer 0 was doing their investigation, made a bunch of mistakes, and then, they had all this correction, right? I was not a Sybil by the end, but in an early draft document, I was. And because of that, Orbiter said, sorry, you were flagged as a Sybil once. It doesn't matter what you want to say. It doesn't matter what proof you have. You're not getting any airdrop. And that's how they treated everybody. They didn't want to hear anything. They said, that's it. That's final. Anybody who talks gets kicked out. That's what it is. So be it. So now I will not support this shit team. Let me be honest. And a lot of people got screwed today because what happened was these morons added, like it says 6K liquidity, but really it was $4,000 of liquidity with their Orbiter token. And what happened was people got completely wrecked. And because of that, the price of the airdrop is super low. People got pennies on the dollar for this. And honestly, at the end of the day, okay, great. Doesn't really hurt that bad. I wasn't eligible. But these teams, just like Scroll, Orbiter, Manta, they don't want to listen to anybody. They come back later and want to understand why no one's giving them a chance. They are the biggest gaslighters in this industry. These guys want to come back later and tell people that the community is being unfair. They did everything. No one really told them anything, but they don't listen. These guys treat their airdrops and their token generation event like a sort of check the box thing. You know what I mean? What? But yeah, it's wild. So what Nansen did was basically they are filtering out for Sybils now as well. So once again, we have another protocol saying, hey, you know how we farmed you for a year and a half? Hey, I know we put you through the ringer with all these LXP campaigns, right? We put you through the ringer with an extra 6 months of the Volt campaigns to earn liquidity points. And what happened? Well, they decided, well, we're going to partner with Nance and filter out Sybils and whatever. And I have a quick summary on this, but basically 40% of the wallets farming Linea were flagged as a Sybil. Now, there was another method you could go on their POH website to check out, but the easiest way is just go to the tracker website I put here from Alt2 Finance, put in your EVM wallet address or whatever addresses. I would recommend just doing one at a time in case it backwards sends and lets them know that you have multiple wallets or whatever. I'm not saying that you do, but you can see here, the checkmark POH, I'm good. I have 5,104 LXP and about 3 million LXPL, rank 2,900. Now, if you did have any issues, this is urgent. You have to fill out this appeal form. You need to submit an appeal by February 2nd. If you don't submit by that time, you're screwed. They're not going to do anything for you. And all the work you've done is screwed. So It doesn't guarantee you removed from the Sybil list. All appeals will be reviewed by decisions that are final. So go in here and basically give as much information as you can to make sure that you're not countered in this. We'll just see sort of who's in the chat over here quickly. We got Flippy Flopped, Hervé Geo, good to see it, Sydney, Australia. Am I monetized on X? No, I have to get 5 million impressions every 3 months. I'm gonna do that. Glad to catch you since you moved to Dubai. Keep missing your streams. Awesome. Well, this is like almost 2 a.m. So hopefully it's on your time zone. Love to hear it. It's awesome. Gent shares his bank. Yeah. So here's what I'm going to tell you guys, by the way. What I want you to know is a lot of people, they are more than happy to send you their screenshots and P&L, but they'll never share a wallet. Oh, I want privacy. Well, why would you want privacy if you're sending a screenshot? Because they're worried, right? 90% of people are LARPers, and what that means is they're actors. Most people you see putting screenshots are lying. It's easy to Photoshop. It's easy to change the source code of something to let you know. Just like in Dubai, do you know it costs $100 to rent a Ferrari, 100 AED to rent a Ferrari for like 15 minutes? People take videos, photos, and post it on social media. It's a joke. I see so many people doing it here. And the reality is when I talk to some of the people here, a lot of people don't have the kind of money that people think they do. A lot of people are in massive credit card debt. They're all flexing. So guys, what you see on the timeline, don't believe it. If you want to believe it, make sure they're showing you exactly what's going on. Okay. Got Dave in the house, BG. Where do I think Jupiter can go in price? I think it's going to go down a bit, probably to 70 or 60 cents from the airdrop. People selling off, and then I think it's going to rebound, but I don't know. Eric Trump is invested in SUI, but that wasn't part of this. This is just sharing what World Liberty Finance was doing. We always watching. Great. Hey, you are superb and honest guy. Really appreciate it, bro. Love you. I have a question. I have Morphbox. Is it worth? I don't know what Morphbox is. I'm sorry, Kiram. Most of the time, if you can cash out this NFT or asset before the airdrop, you likely make more. You also reduce the risk. Not financial advice. Adri, hey BG, how about borrowing stables in Camino and buying SUI? Yeah. So you can literally do my borrowing strategy, you don't have to buy SOL with it. You can literally buy whatever you have conviction in. So I have definitely borrowed off Camino, bridged those stables somewhere else, and I bought with it. Now you can also use SUI Lend. SUI Lend is not as prominent as Camino, but it's okay. Depends on how much exposure you want to have. But yeah, use it to buy things you're bullish on. Do not go and buy it with things you want to gamble on. Try to get a deal on it. This is supposed to be like break in case of emergency money, not, hey, I got all this money. Like treat it like a credit card, not like money in your wallet. Orbital was the biggest grip this bull market. Yeah, it's up there with Scroll and Manta. I spent and Starknet. I spent $300 to $400 and they gave 65. Yeah, it's awful. And the thing is, they want you to be grateful. What? 300,000 you have? What the hell, old man? You're already rich. Who's the old man here? I'm like in my 30s, buddy. Okay. I've been trying for 3 years to pay off a debt of $800. You'll lose yourself. Okay, buddy. I'm not exactly sure what this comment is, but I'm in my 30s, and if you think that means I'm old, you're an idiot. Anyways, and it speaks to why you can't pay off $800. Let's just be honest here, bro. If you can't pay off $800 for 3 years, I don't know what the hell you're doing. You need help. Like, and I won't be able to help you. I'll be honest. Like, hey, Tops, how's it going? We got Lux from Ajax. How's it going? Catching you live. Thank you, Never Lucky. Appreciate it. I love seeing the YouTube icons. Got you live for once. What's up? Brendan Sharp from the UK. Kexi, how's it going? What would you say is the number one promising airdrop to farm currently? Eclipse. I think Eclipse is probably the best one. And then Jupiter number 3. Guys, I keep telling you guys, Jupiter is huge. How big do we think the Linea airdrop will be? Probably like 5 to 10 cents a token. Should be great. ATL Brown Gent response, yeah. Brazilian, bro. Well, don't call me an old man. You're like, great. Salary's very low. Then get the hell out of Brazil. Get the hell out of Brazil. Why are you staying in Brazil if you can't make it out of there? Like, give me a break. There's no excuse. I know a lot of Brazilians who like come out of Brazil and look for a better opportunity. I'm laying off debt of $69, 69, eh? I don't know if you're joking. What's up, Murray? How's it going? Somebody needs a job. Yeah, exactly. I mean, guys, like, you got to do something. Will you be claiming the JUP airdrop with Jupiter Mobile? I will be if I get extra money. All right. Want to keep going quickly because I have some stuff to take care of as well here. So we went through the Linea Sybil list. The next is Plume. So I didn't farm this, so I honestly don't know enough about it. But they do have their airdrop, which is some sort of RWA thing. I just want to bring it up in case someone of you are interested. Go and connect your wallet, see if you're eligible. I'm not eligible because I didn't do anything. Now, here's an update for you guys here with Jupiter. The moment you've been waiting for is nearly here. So the Jupiter airdrop goes live tomorrow, or I guess tonight, Wednesday, 3:30 p.m. UTC. They're going to do a JUP rally. What I want you guys to know and not be surprised about is the price of Jupiter will go down. People will be selling it. In fact, look at Jupiter's price just 2 days ago. It was $1.20. Long term, it'll be fine, but they're not going to be staked. So just remember that people are going to be hurt. So they're going to be selling this off to go buy other things. This is positive, don't get me wrong, because people will be selling this to buy other things on Sol. Most people will not be selling into USDC. They'll be changing it into Sol. They'll be changing this into meme coins. They may use the Sol to buy NFTs like Mad Lads, A16Z, whatever it may be. And yes, people may be bringing up that there's a burn and everything. Doesn't matter. The price will still go down temporarily. That's fine though. Okay. Now, make sure you go in here and set up your profile. Link as many wallets as you can. I screwed up and I linked one wallet to a different email address, so I got no choice. This is one of the allocations. I did apply for Good Cat, so if you feel like you deserve one, you can still submit for that. Hopefully, the Jupiter team believes that I've done enough to sort of talk about Jupiter, to send people their way. I feel like I have on Twitter and on YouTube, but it's really up to Wear Meow and the team. Okay, next update here is on Solana ID. So you can now check your eligibility for the Solana airdrop, the Solana ID airdrop, and see how you're doing, see what tier you're in. And what I want you guys to know is your lane pass, which I was lane pass 9, does not necessarily get you a high tier. What you need to do is attach multiple wallets if you can. Like in this case, I did 3. I'm not going to do more because I have a lot of non-KYC wallets that are not attached to me. And basically, that got me a solid score of 304.5, 6,600 solid token in tier 3. So be it. I don't really care. But just so you guys know, this is how you're supposed to do it. Next update is the Eclipse airdrop is coming soon. So they have put up their claim site. So that is very bullish for Eclipse. You just go here. It tells you that they're preparing for it. There's a lot of indications coming out that the Eclipse airdrop could be around the corner. Now, I did put together an updated guide on Twitter. I've linked it below. Basically, walk you through the most important things to do, the extra things to do, and the potential bonuses. Most importantly, bridging funds via the official bridge, minting TETH on Eclipse, using their NFT platform Scope NFT, providing liquidity on at least one protocol. Don't feel like you have to do all 3. A lot of people are like mental when it comes to this, and they feel like they've got to click every button and go down every alleyway. No, that's not what a normal person would do. A normal person would pick one of these things and go, okay, I'm going to support this one. The one I chose to do was Invariant Labs because they have a points program. Was it Invariant Labs? I believe so, because they have a points program. But yeah, participate in DeFi, and then also do a minimum of 25 transactions. I have all the other things down here. And the last update I have for you before I go to some questions or comments is the Animecoin TGE will be on the 23rd, which is this Thursday. So you will need to have some Ethereum on Arbitrum to claim your Anime token. So if you're staking Hype token, if you've earned some YAPs or you got part of the Yuzuki community, etc., you may be eligible for some Anime token. And you can see how the Anime token is currently trading pre-market on Hyperliquid. It's currently at 13 cents each. A lot of people are expecting it to crash. One more thing as well, as I mentioned a couple days ago, that you could buy a Zuki for 10 ETH. It's got almost 20%. So if you were interested, hopefully you got a chance to do that. Now let's just quickly see what else is out here in the comments, and then I got to get going. So how's the sun, my man? Minus 30. It's actually, so in Dubai, it's 20 to 25 degrees Celsius. That's why my rent is 10,000 Canadian a month, which is insane, but it changes as you go the season. This is the rich time because only rich people want to come and visit Dubai in December when the weather is perfect. Old man, yeah, I know it's insane. Old, I'm 50. Man, I can't wait till I'm that age, and I hope I feel the same way. How am I watching hockey in Dubai? I'm not. I barely have time to I'm 24/7 crypto right now in some gym. Trump baby, still holding. Let's go. Great content, BTBG. If you lend XYZ, then borrow USDC to buy more XYZ. Why not borrow XYZ directly? Here's why. So pediatrics, a great question you asked. If let's say we replace XYZ with SOL. You have SOL. You borrow USDC to buy more SOL. When the price of SOL goes up, you owe USDC. So what happens is you sell SOL, you get more USDC than you borrowed. So then when you get the money back, you're paying off your loan, you're paying off the small amount of interest, and you're pocketing the rest. If you lent out SOL to borrow SOL, which some platforms won't even allow, if you did that, if the SOL price goes up, you don't get anything out of it. In fact, all you're doing is paying interest. So what is the purpose of borrowing it? You get what I'm saying? That's why. Okay. Will I be selling the JUP airdrop and buying it back at the bottom? Depends on how I want to time it. I've already got a bunch of JUP. I may just hold on to it. I have to set, by the way, Adrian, I owe 40%. I have 4 people who I'm giving 10% of my JUP airdrop to each. So they're probably going to sell it, but the 60% I'm likely going to stake it. As you guys know, I have plans to unstake later on. Jupiter does have a burn. That's correct. 300 million happening at Kastanbul in Turkey. Hit the like button. James is right. Guys, I'm going to start when I move to my next place in 6 days, I'm going to try to have another screen up showing me exactly what the stream looks like so I can see if the like button is being clicked. Please hit the like button. Please share the video, but especially subscribe to the channel. I need to get these numbers up. Guys, like I'm telling you, follow me on Twitter because on Twitter, I'm going to be posting fire content. But at the same time, if you're engaging with my content, which is the most important thing to me, I will be prioritizing you and the people who do that in my giveaways, which I will be having a bunch of them. Is tomorrow the claim for JUP? Yes, it is. So would it be a good idea to short JUP tomorrow? I mean, I don't see why not. Although obviously things can go wrong. Maybe just have a tight stop loss, you know? I'm not sure if you covered this already, but are you tying all your wallets together for the JUP airdrop? I typically would. The problem was I have the wallet that I share on YouTube. It was signed up under something else from a previous activity, I think. What are my feelings on Pi Network? So many users, I don't really touch it. So I don't really like it. Eclipse temporary site not working, asking for a browser login. No. So you cannot claim yet. It's just a stand site. It's a standalone site right now to let you know that they're working on it. So it's the site is not going to be up. The login is there because right now it's password protected. They don't want people going to it. It just tells you that it's around the corner because it took forever for these webs like ZK Sync and stuff to do it. And within a few weeks of doing it, that's when they get their airdrop. What do I think will do better? Sui or Aptos? Sui, not close. I think Aptos, Sonic, and Cast are one level below Sui. I think the Sei ecosystem is completely dead. I'm going to have another video on Sei to talk about that, but I don't want to talk about it here. I know you said testnets were mostly a waste of time. I finished a few off, got nothing. I'm done. Yeah. So, I mean, I guess you learned the hard way. I've gotten more from Sui. Yeah, exactly. So there are so many strategies to make money, guys. Airdrops are a nice bolster, but like if you do the lend borrow strategy, you're going to be printing so much money, more than any airdrops. In fact, you're going to earn more airdrops with that. Thoughts on Sei? I think it's horrible. I think the leadership is the worst. They have so the leadership team, basically, they put together a content creation team. Okay. So I strongly felt, and I was very upfront with them. I told them, look, I'll put my hat in the ring for this, but here's my thoughts on this. I think that throwing money at people to get them to say nice things about Sei is temporary. It's very extractive. People are just using Say to farm, and I want to make content more around how to use the protocols, how to make money. And I showed them a video catalog and everything. They went another way, and I saw the prerequisites. You need to have video experience. You need to have like done all these exciting things. People who've never shot a video before and whatever. And then I found out after the fact that they just hired their friends. So it's just the same deal with Cosmos, where they're just like, hey, I'm going to hire my friends and give them the money from the grants that are being raised on our chain, even though we have governance and everything. So a lot of the people who are sitting on Say are being used as exit liquidity by the team. And it reminds me so much of DeFi Kingdoms. And I'm like, this is disgusting. Like I was genuinely trying to help. And I was genuinely trying to be a content creator for them. And they were like, we're going to go with these people. And just so you guys know, like the amount of money is like nothing, right? I actually like the Say ecosystem. I've had money in it for so long, but that leadership move is horrible. And it is literally inevitable that they're going to implode. This is a terrible team. This is like Harmony, DeFi Kingdoms, god awful. I took all my money off it. I left like one or two NFTs that I really like, and that's because I hope they go somewhere else. So it is what it is. I'm 78. Nice. You got that thing, eh? No pills, I hope. Thanks a lot. Not a problem, Black Rabbit. Bro, Nillion airdrop registration is up. Cool. I didn't touch it, but probably my next update I'll have it. Is there any concern in considered Sybil if looking? No, I don't think so. Sybil is like when you're like a bot, not when you're like having multiple wallets. I think they understand that, right? And you know, a lot of protocols understand that. So I don't think you have an issue with that. When is the next ASR? It should have been at the end of January. So I'm surprised we haven't heard about it. We might hear an update at Cast and Bull, but they first said end of January. Great stuff, BG. Thank you, Sports Sander. When does ETH die? Never. Never say die. Also, soccer versus launch now? No thanks. Like, guys, so Nick, I know you're trying to help. There's a million projects out there. If I talked about every launch and every airdrop or every small project, I'd be on here for forever. We do like 24/7 live stream. Sup, gent? What's your thoughts on holding a Mad Lad? I'll put it this way. I hold two. So that should tell you. Am I staking Atom, Tia, Dimension? No, I have 0 of all of them. I have 2 bad kids, which is my exposure to Atom. I have 1 Celestine. No, what am I saying? I have 2 Celestine slots now. So that's my exposure to Celestia. Fanman in the house. Hey, Fanman, how's it going? Waiting for a dip to purchase the Mad Lads. I think Mad Lads has it somewhat dipped, right? It's like 60 sold right now. If I have BTC, where would you put it right now to get an airdrop and get some yield? C Chadwell or C Sadwell or C Shadwell. If you have access to Coinbase, my thoughts would be send your Bitcoin over to Coinbase, convert it for free to CBBTC, and then you can use it, I believe, on Aave, and then you can borrow against it. If you do it on Base, of course. DFK catching strays. I mean, it's not a stray. DFK and all these teams are so similar. They literally fund their lifestyle and their friends' lifestyle off their people. Off the people on their chain. It's horrible. What is my Trump price target? $100. I said that when it was at $15. That $100 is where it goes likely. Don't know when. Thinking Mezzo? No, I don't think so. Like Mezzo's okay. These Bitcoin infrastructure plays, you can get so much more out of Bitcoin than doing that. I would rather borrow yield for that. Like borrow USDC against it. No, I know, brother. Just checking you like soccer. No, I do. It's just more about the projects, right? I don't have Coinbase. Okay, well, you won't like me saying this, but if you want a better bet to use your BTC, I would sort of look into some of the ordinals. I picked up some puppets, right? Some node monks. Those things are like I'm very bullish on those, and there will be a rotation, and they will be very heavy. They're underpriced right now, so I basically was converting my Bitcoin into ordinals. Any new NFT projects I'm bullish on? Well, right below, Yakov said, have I bought the Omnis NFT? Yes, I was whitelisted on all 3 phases, but I've also bought them. So yeah. The other NFT projects I'm bullish on, CryptoPunks, Budgie Penguins, you know, the normal stuff. The most important NFT projects, by the way, Murray, Mad Lads, Bad Kids, those 2 are undervalued in my opinion and add so much value to your portfolio in not just appreciation in the future, but also airdrop rewards. I currently have a 10K loan in Camino with Sol's collateral. I borrowed when Sol was 170. Yeah, there you go. Adri, that's what I would do. Adri, the whole point of this lend strategy, and I had the same thing with somebody I coach, is if you are borrowing and you go, okay, I'm using Sol to buy USDC and whatever. Once you do that and you make the money, you sell it, pay off the loan, and then it gives you the flexibility to do it again. The goal is not to sit there and just hoard. No, you want to use the flexibility of the loan to borrow on dips, sell on appreciation, on euphoria, and then pay the loan off, and you have the profit that you can do whatever with, buy more Sol, whatever the hell it is, but you have the flexibility when the price goes down to buy the dip again. You don't want to sit there and just go, okay, well, I'm buying it here, I'm holding for the rest of the cycle. Then you end up getting stuck. Once again, the idea is the flexibility is so important. Nick, I'll be in Dubai in April. I'll have a coffee. Yeah, sure. There's actually a super team thing. So one of the things I will try to get you guys to do is anyone to come to Dubai, I want to sort of start looking at the super team in Dubai. Maybe you guys will be interested as well. So yeah, definitely hit me up if you're in Dubai. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you like the video, the like button. Guys, you already know I'm going to ask. Please subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Twitter. Get those engagements out. And we see Exclusive said in the last video, Y Team next ASR. Okay, so beginning of February is the same as end of January. So there you go. Awesome. All right, thanks a lot, guys. Have a good night. And until next time, I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.